All right. Let me know if you hear me, if it's loud. Move that section aside. We're going to fill this up with ball bearings. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? My block. I had a box last night used to help stabilize it. No idea what this box is from. I'm sure if I opened it up, I could figure it out. Really not worried about it right now. Very important to use a container. These are little ball bearings. They go everywhere. Alright. So for those of you on TikTok, I apologize for the view. I've ordered a new, what do you call it? Not a grab arm. It bends in multiple spots and it holds my phone. It's a phone holder. Phone holder. Uh-oh. Let me get this as full as I can. So. I heard elephants up there. Okay. Done with the funnel portion of it. Might need to take out section. Okay. These are technically they're the back legs of the balloon dog. For those of you let's see what that looks like. Sometimes when you make stuff, things look like things. And they're, you know, as you're working through the process of creating your final vision, you get a lot of disturbing imagery. I'm gonna keep it so that this can't slide around too much. I have a bigger box. What I got? Not that, the empty one. We're just trying to brace this so that it won't slide around. There we go. That works out really nicely. Alright. So, I don't want to fill this anymore right now. I've got a little section. There's a little triangle here. And I need to weave this back together. What is up with this music? I have pretzel rocks, which I'm not fond of, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Can we get something a little more less depressing? Okay. Next, there we go. Alright, that is marginally better. Okay, so, things I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to fill the sections of the balloon dog that I can. I reworked part of the body and tail that I had connected last night. So it's going to be more of working on that, basically. Because it could let in a child. No, I did not like the way last night's results turned out, so I'm redoing it. That happens a lot. that happens over and over and over. And it just kind of is what it is as you go through the process of trying to get something to look like what you intended it to look like, right? Now comes the fun part of just filling this. These are actually fairly small. These are smaller than what I had thought. These ball bearings. What is that? And then you hook the wrong ring all the time too. Happens. Okay, so we're just going to be reworking what we worked on last night because I want to get this to look right. It wasn't quite sitting right last night, but well, Lassie, how you doing tonight? What is it you do when you're crafting? Rework stuff over and over again until you get it right? Okay. There we go. Oh, that's a whole bag of rings. I had bags. Alright, yeah. It happens. Make a smaller funnel now, just to, for the sake of trying to speed this along. Didn't really work. Come on. Alright, so need to work a little bit. Yeah, reworking stuff. That's what I love about crafting, is you gotta, it sucks. Rework it until it works. Right? And we'll open up a new. These are great containers that came with the ball bearings. I have 20 of them now. Alright. See if we can make this work. Want to fill this as much as possible. Going to take some time, but I don't know, better than sitting here by myself, I guess. Is it a boom? Like you have a boom mic, right? Is the boom the thing that holds the microphone? So I ordered a boom camera holder to get a little bit better angle. Those of you on TikTok, because here's the thing, right? I want to use my streaming setup that I have on my PC here in front of me to stream to all the platforms I can. However, have to use my phone for TikTok because they want 50% of your content to be gaming content, and I'm just not willing to start gaming in order to do that. Right? Like, I don't routinely play games. Occasionally I break down and play a game here or there. Like I put like 400 hours into Here's the Kingdom. There were literal, like, very specific circumstances surrounding that. So, like, no, I'm not just going to start gaming to appease the platform. I'm stuck with the cell phone view. So I'm sorry. If you are interested in a different view on all the regular platforms, it's under the same name. And I'm streaming live there, except for Instagram. I'm not streaming there. I tried to stream there once and it was awful. If you want the overhead view, we're on Twitch, X, YouTube, and Facebook as well. So, Alright, how was everyone's day? What have you guys been up to today? I had a hectic day. It wasn't bad by any means. It was just like 100 little things kept cropping up. I tried to take a nap, and a patient family member called me 8 minutes into my nap. How do I know it was 8 minutes into my nap? Because the rain sound video that I listened to on YouTube had only gone through 8 minutes. I've got a fan that I sleep with at night. And when I take a nap downstairs in the living room during the day, I gotta have something to listen to, otherwise it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna have a good nap. Right. So I bought 20,000 ball bearings, just in case you're wondering how many go into each one, and I'm estimating that it's about 2,500 into the legs section here, a piece. They look like legs to you. They're legs. They're legs. Okay. Like I made a pair of big old chainmail nuts. So. And then I got a bunch of emails from my boss asking me to do my job. How dare she? No, it was just like a bunch of housekeeping stuff before the weekend. And I did not really get my nap. I'm very upset. Then tomorrow, covering for another nurse tomorrow. Called the patient. They're not available to be seen until 2 in the afternoon. Like, I am usually home taking a nap by 2. What do you mean? That's mildly inconveniencing. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Where'd my music go? No. Sometimes this program just stops. There it is. Okay. We're almost there. Close this up and we'll try to attach next section. Alright, so if you've never seen a chainmail balloon dog before, I've seen one. Excuse me. But you probably, if you like crafting at all, and you're on crafting pages of any kind, you've probably seen like a crochet balloon dog. That's essentially what I'm doing. Right? It's the same concept, same idea. I don't crochet, but I do weave rings together, various chainmail patterns. So I have, my sisters tell me that I have old lady hobbies, and I don't necessarily disagree at all. The largest chainmail group that I'm aware of is over on Facebook, and I think that it's 70% women, right? I asked the admin about it one time, and it was a significantly higher number of women making chainmail than there were men, which I thought was an interesting breakdown. Like, you'd think, oh, armor. Lots of men would like to make armor. Which I would love to make armor. That's kind of where we need to be. Right, let's go up. And if I don't like it, I can always open it back up and fill it up some more. So it'll just be a huge pain in the butt. Which I'll probably do on each section. I'll take out like 2 rings and just take a pair of pliers and squeeze ball bearings in one by one until I can't anymore. Alright, they're blowing out of the gap here. Come on. Here. Alright. So, what else happened? Not much, I just worked. That's not true. I got up and came downstairs and worked on this. So I can't complain. I didn't head out for work until like 9:20, 9:30, something like that. So then I worked all day. So nice calm morning, drank my coffee. Then I came upstairs and my son had drinking himself a cup of coffee, and like the coffee I was expecting to take with me on the road was in my son's coffee cup. So I guess I can share my coffee. I can make more. So it's not the end of the world, but when you're an avid coffee drinker and you're expecting your coffee to be, it's just jarring. Is that a word? Disjarring? Should I just say jarring? It's jarring. When the coffee that has been there every day of your life for the past 30 years is gone. Oh. Come on. Oh, really? Okay, so a lot of adjustments have to get made in putting this all together. Right? You never get something right the first time, in my experience. At least I never get anything right the first time. Not much. I always have to make corrections. Adjust everything to just make it work. Come up with secondary plan. Order different ring sizes to get what I need. That's always fun. You know, spending more money on a project is not something I want to do. But for every project I've done, I think, well, okay. So yes, you have to spend money on projects. I understand that. It's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that it always ends up that you'll have unexpected amount of money that you'll have to pay to get a project to work. And it seemingly always happens to me on every project. I think I have all the supplies I need for this one, all the different things, different ring sizes, all the ball bearings anyone could ever ask for. Alright. It's really tight and finicky, and these are good pliers, but they're not perfect. Oh wow, that went... Talk some smack about it, and it goes together. Okay. So, these are chainmail balloon dog legs. What these are, okay? I want to hear about what they might look like. Alright. Done with that for right now. Okay, now this, tried using this last night to connect the body. Here's Satan's pull start, right? This isn't also very suggestive. Tried putting these together like so last night. It did not end up working. So I'm making a little 3-and-3 chain out of a different ring size. And hopefully that will work. So that's really the next step in this process. I'll have to take these off. Which, actually I can do that right now. Now that I'm thinking about it. So, it's always the case, you know, okay, don't let me talk a lot of smack, because even I find this difficult, but, you know, when you run into an obstacle, don't get discouraged, get revenge. No, you know, figure out how you're going to overcome that obstacle. And the more, it used to be that I would let obstacles stand in my way for a long time. For example, in my TikTok history and on my social media pages, if you go back far enough, except for Instagram, because I had my account hacked on there and haven't sat down and reposted all my photos. You can go back and find the Finnegan's Wake flag. It was a giant chainmail inlay I decided to make in 2006, and I didn't finish it until last year because I let it get in my head that I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. It didn't look the way I wanted. I didn't know what to do. And at the time, I shouldn't have started a project so large, honestly, just because I didn't have the experience of grinding through a project. But, you know, 19 years after I started it, 18 years after I started it, I finally finished it. So, it eventually got done. Yeah. And now it looks good. It's hanging from a spear up on my wall, which I love it. I think it's a great decoration. Other people in this house don't think much of it, but whatever. Goes nicely with my Frank Frazetta lithographics. I had to explain to a coworker who Frank Frazetta was earlier today. I didn't have to. It came up in conversation. I was trying to explain some of the decor in my basement, and I have 2 Frank Frazetta paintings, and they're not the originals, they're lithographics, so they're really high resolution copies. And in order to explain Frank Frazetta, you have to discuss Edgar Rice Burroughs and his trashy space romance novels. His space soap opera romance novels. And it's weird to admit to a much older female coworker that I rabidly read the trashy Edgar Rice Burroughs soap opera space fantasy novels. Like John Connor of Mars, right? I don't know if you've heard about that. I don't know how long I have to make this. I do want to shorten that and this. Okay. So one of the problems with these chains that I was using, they're not bendy enough, right? Little Byzantine chains, it was not doing what I needed it to do, and there was too much pressure on it to the point where it could tear itself apart. Didn't want that, so now we have the much more flexible 3-and-3 chain. Hopefully that'll be nice and strong and hold everything in place the way we need it to. For what we're working with right now. Do not adjust the size of this just because. All right. But, you know, oh, that's going to be too small. Back to these. 3 rings. Let's try these. Okay. All right. So anyway, my she's the secretary where I work. She works by the supply room and helping me with stuff. That's how the conversation came up initially. I don't just go into work and start talking about Frank Frazetta, a man known for painting his wife's backside over and over and over again, to the point where his wife's butt is probably more famous than he is. I don't just burst into that conversation randomly at work, you know what I mean? The conversation did come up organically. And she took it in stride. She was a good player. She didn't think I was weird. Okay, this is the tail. Alright, I have this idea in my head that this thing is going to stand under its own support. And so someone said that'll fly like a lead balloon, right? In response to one of my posts about a chainmail balloon dog, which I thought was very funny and astute. But it's also like, okay, this thing needs to stand up on its own. How am I going to achieve that? So the original crochet pattern is not going to work, right? Might be too long. I'm trying to make adjustments to a pattern that will work. Does that make sense? Adjusting my pattern to make it work. I'm gonna duplicate that length and then connect all this and see. I might have to pull some slack. Like there's a lot of to hang this for my trailer. Andrew, what's up? My day was pretty good. Aside from like a bunch of little things that I had to deal with, it was pretty good. Alright, we're gonna make one more of these. And try and connect it and see how we do. Excuse me. The world's manliest water bottle. It's very tactical. Right. How was your day, man? For anybody who can't see Andrew commenting, I am live on other platforms, all the main ones, and you'll get a slightly different view. And usually there's a few other people. Usually. We're a little quiet tonight, but that's okay. It is Thursday night. People are like doing family time and getting ready for the weekend and doing more important things than watching me stream. You know? Crazy? Now you're home, so that's good. Right on, right on. All right. I'll make one more strand of this. Tried TikTok, but isn't working very well. Is that the problem that I'm having on TikTok? It's not working very well? Looks like, well, okay, so the problem is there's no view. I wonder if I move my router, if that would change things. Yep, you're glitchy. Max from Berlin. Max, how you doing? How much do you eat the cube? What is the cube? $4,500 cube. On stream. How are you? Okay, I apologize for the glitchiness. I can try. No, I believe you that it's glitchy. Which sucks. Because I got the network expander. You know, the Wi-Fi extender thingamajig. It's down here. I'm just in the very corner of the basement where there's no signal. And I can't move from here, right? Like, it's not fair that I take up more of the house than what I do. And I can't, I'm gonna have to think about this. I'll have to move the Wi-Fi extender and see if that helps. Even just a couple of feet this way might help. I don't know. It glitches every couple of minutes. Okay. I should kick my son out of his toy room and just set up a shop up there. That is what I should do, but I'm trying not to have to do that. Maybe I'll just have bad signal for my whole life. Maybe that's my curse. Yeah, we've been arduously testing the system. If you go onto any, X, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, and you compare the old stream to what we're doing now, like there's almost nothing here anymore. There's also almost nothing on the stream anymore. The kid doesn't need a whole room for toys. The kid has his bedroom, and then he's got a toy room that frequently explodes out into the rest of the main floor. The extender has perfect signal, so I don't know. Is there can you take one of those network towers, one of those mesh network towers, and run I bet you can, run a cable from the network tower to your phone? Does that exist? Because I'm going to have to figure out something for the phone. I've got the boom arm coming, but I need service. I need signal. I got a Netgear Nighthawk because that is what Best Buy had, right? I'm not married to it. If it doesn't work, we can figure out something else. So, if you're watching on TikTok, God bless you. Thank you so much for putting up with my crappy signal. Okay. Dude, you can send you a link to the set you have. It's about 300, but it's the best you've ever had, and you have 2 gig internet. Are you connected to fiber? By all means, send me a link. You're not a quitter? Well, I appreciate you being here. Once I figured out that part of the signal issue was my internet, got that fixed. The other part of the signal issue was I was trying to upload too much stuff, right, on the network that I have. And in order to do the things I want to do, I'm going to have to wait to be connected to the fiber cable in front of my house. Like, I've just come to terms with that. So we're just going to have to make this work as best we can. But I am going to have Wi-Fi down here because as I said at the beginning of the stream, if you didn't catch it, in order to stream from your PC, you got to stream like 50% content. I'm sorry, 50% gaming content. And I'm not willing to do that. And I'm tired of TikTok being TikTok, honestly. How many sections are on? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9. Seven. Alright, let's try that. Right. And then the other thing is that my son is probably online on some piece of hardware. And, like, short of streaming during the day when I'm supposed to be at work, which I really can't do. Like, the only way they would catch me is if they were on their phone scrolling and my stream came across their page, which means that they're not working either, right? They're playing on their phone. So I could probably get away with streaming during the day when I'm supposed to be at work. There you go, it works really well. Okay, you have one of 2 towers in the office and your laptop plugged into it for wired speed 2. You can... Yeah, I figured that's where you'd send it. To the Discord. Alright, there is non-zero chance of this not working. But there's also a chance of it working, so non-zero chance of it working. Yeah, that. Come on. Alright, I did get my eyes checked earlier this year, and they said that I don't need bifocals. I'm really close. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but he looks so young. He couldn't possibly need bifocals yet. Yeah, no, this is actually, like, hard to see, even with all this light. Okay. So you have it wrapped around there. Now we're gonna need a little bit. Gonna need a little bit more. But it's close. For those of you who can't, where my thumb and finger are, right? That's where the ends of this chain are at, so we'll just keep adding to it a little bit. But that is much more snug than the Byzantine chain I had on there. So, and this'll connect here, right? And ideally it will like kind of sit and stand on its own without much assistance. Don't hold your breath about that. Let's see. Elspeth, how you doing? What have you been up to? Long time no see. Pretty future-proof, as you can see, too. Should be relevant for probably 10 years. Oh, the system you sent me? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of an outlet. I don't want to do it. I do want to do it right now. I want to turn off the TikTok stream and then start it over. But that would require me getting up and going and changing out the Wi-Fi extender, waiting for it to get hooked back up, and blah blah blah. It's totally needed bifocals. You're 46. Think it's we do crafts. Yeah. Yep. Alright. Yeah. Future-proofing technology, man. I swear. I had my last phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S10. I had it for 6 years. And it was a good phone, but I would not have switched it up until this whole fiasco with me needing newer technology in order to stream at all, right? That was the problem. So, I want to take a section out of here before we close this up. I want to take a section out on both ends. I did that. Oh, that's going to be up. Okay. It'll be fine. It'll be a pain, but it'll be fine. Life's been crazy the last 6 months. Yeah, right on. Good, bad. Hope everything's going okay. I probably can't have room. This is gonna fall. Ah, it fell. Where'd it go? Got this giant roll of hemp. That fell. I can set that aside somewhere. I'll eventually do something with it, but I got these cool things. Need to tighten this up. Right? And I have some newer. I can bend over it. Wow, I can see everything with these. Holy cow. They make newer ones. You got to get really close with these. I couldn't be hunched over like this all stream. So everything up close is really nicely defined. But anything more than like 6 inches away is blurry. How do I look? Don't answer that. And I definitely couldn't read comments with this on. That actually break up. Eviction and loss. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's like the trifecta of bad things that could happen to someone. I think my 2019 was like that. Come on. Yeah, no, can't do it. That caused me to be too hunched over. But I do have, you know, a pair of these for... I don't know why I have them. They're really dirty too. But they make newer models of those. Right? Alright, so... Yeah, I had... My mom passed away, got divorced. I didn't lose my house. But I did get really sick, and I hit a deer with my truck all in 2019. So, it took me about 6 months to, after all that happened, to get through that. So, I'm sorry you're in the thick of it. Alright, I'm not going to adjust the legs right now. That seems like it would be boring on stream. I want to do fun stuff on stream, and boring stuff when you guys aren't here watching me, scrutinizing my every move. Not that you would do that. You're all wonderful people. You'd never judge me harshly. Oh, come on. Okay. So without what size did I change this to? Are these mystery sized? Yes. I know what size these are. I got a bunch of random piles of rings I have to go back through and like figure out what size they are. Okay, those are not mystery sized. These are not mystery sized. Let's switch these out real quick. So we'll try and connect it and see how it fits. And then once I'm not streaming, I'll try and... Oh, how am I going to do this? Do this. Close it, and then I'll have to open it back up. Alright. I'm gonna connect these right now, and then... Alright, little lassie, have a good night. I'm gonna try and... get this a little... We'll leave that in here. Okay, thanks. Luckily, everything's calmed down now. Just trying to find a new normal, and... I found a new partner. Congratulations. That's always nice. Hopefully they're able to help you get through these trying times. Okay. So, still a lot of slack in this, but not as much as what we had yesterday. Yesterday was bad. That's okay. Am I going to be able to close this? I think I might. So, at the start of this year, turns out that my kid is old enough to like do homework on his own and stuff. He did homework all himself last year, and then this year, he started making his own lunches. I can't tell you how nice that is. Like, I love my kid. I would do anything for him. Even, you know, make his lunch for whatever reason. He needed to go, he needed lunch for work or whatever. I would do it for him. But he's old enough to do it himself, and he's kind of having fun doing it. And so I am just sitting back and relaxing in the morning and letting him take over. Okay. So this is a good start. Okay? It's not standing on its own, and there's still too much slack in the line. But I think we can, like, even if it ended up ragdolling that much, that's okay. But I think we can make it tighter. I'm just not going to focus on that right now. Right? I'm going to go over here. Disconnect this. It's the best viewers bot over on Twitch. Every stream. Best viewers can be found here. Yeah. Oh, and then that's not where that came from. So what's next? This is going to be replaced with one of these 3 and 3 chains, right? It kind of sits on its own. It's kind of not vulgar. Fine. Get there. Fix that. Have one of these. There we go. Add this in here now. Fill this up with beads and then go from there. Because this is going to have a Byzantine chain through it. These are the other set of legs. See how far we can get with these. These are just placeholder rings. I'm gonna... what do I want to do here? Take... What piece? This is the neck, right? Doesn't look like a neck, but it's the neck. I mean, where are those big old goggles I had a minute ago? Those are probably really handy for finding all these these tiny closures. Okay. Alright, that's one. We need a funnel. And we got our ball bearings here. Trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we got 11 of these left. 11 containers of 1,000 ball bearings. So 11,000 ball bearings. Right? And now we have 10 containers left. So that's half. Trying to kind of see. We've got a nose and 2 ears sections here. Another leg and a half here, and a neck. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have more than enough. We're not going to be able to squeeze 20,000 ball bearings into this. But it's going to be close. Ah. Of course they all fall. Why wouldn't they all? Okay, that's probably as full as I can get it. Kind of lock that in place as best we can. Keep our rings separated into different piles, because trying to measure, trying to figure out what size a ring is a pain. All right. Oh, come on. That. What is this music? Like, I guess, okay, so with the music, right, I mentioned, well, 100 times. I use a program called Pretzel Rocks that you can get with Streamlabs, the streaming software I use, right? And there's a classic rock station that I usually listen to, but it only has 2 hours worth of music, right? And it's the same songs that I listen to every stream, basically. And I got tired of listening to it, so I just put it on, was on lo-fi or something, which seemed kind of chill. So, oh, my leg is super numb. Um, dystopian future techno. That's what it sounds like, for real. So, the lo-fi has like 2,000 hours of music. I think there's like the bulk of people who stream using Streamlabs or Pretzel Rocks are clearly younger. I think is the lesson here, because it's just not, there's not enough classic rock songs comparatively, and it's all copyright free stuff. So, all right, the fun part: putting more ball bearings one by one. Worth it though. I'd do this off stream if I could, but kind of like part of the process of making. Now, okay, here's a question I have. On my last internet, it was AT&T. I had a router on one side of the house, on the complete opposite side of the house from where I am right now. Right? And a Wi-Fi extender down here that seemed to work kind of okay. In the same position as the Wi-Fi extender I have now. Right? But now I have a mesh network upstairs. And so I've got the router and there's like a router on one side of the house and then an extender on the other side of the house on the floor above me. And so my question would be, does that mean I can put the Wi-Fi extender anywhere and still have it get signal down here in the basement? Like, could I put it directly behind me? I suppose there's only one way to find out, which is to just do it and see if you get a good enough signal. Because the Wi-Fi extender that I had with AT&T, its location was based on it getting good signal. But since I have signal on both sides of the house, could I not be able to put the Wi-Fi extender anywhere down here? I don't know how any of it works. I didn't know that my biggest problem was upload speed, but my brother pointed it out to me. He's basically, they have high-speed internet everywhere in Japan, and he was just kind of laughing at me and the Ludditism of the States. So he said he had faster speeds on Okinawa than on mainland Japan, but he's still, like, he could stream easily. He doesn't, he scuba dives. So if you see a video of a scuba diver in Japan that was shared by me, it's probably my brother. I don't know any other scuba divers in Japan, so I wouldn't like share their videos, but got a long way to go. So I think that filling these with ball bearings is more arduous than connecting all the rings together. Mentally. Just, you know, something that'll make you dead inside filling these. And I have to do this like twice in a row. Hey, the more we get done, the sooner we'll be done with this project. And we can move on to the next thing. I'm gonna go for another motorcycle ride this weekend. That's my goal. It's supposed to be nice and warm. It's been cooler here, but this last couple of days, I had some great riding weather last weekend. I finally got the bike, the ever more expensive motorcycle, out of the shop. Was able to finally take it for a ride. And then Labor Day weekend, go for another ride. I don't usually take my holidays. I usually work on the holidays. But since we're getting, you get holiday pay, and then if you work, you get paid extra. So usually I pick it up, but because our census is low, I'm like, you know what, just move all one patient I have to Tuesday, and I'll just take a 3-day weekend, and maybe me and the family will. And now we have Davy Jones music. Yeah. Maybe me and the family will figure out something to do. But I grilled out last weekend. I mowed the yard, and then on Saturday and then Sunday, took off on the bike for a couple hours, and I came home and I grilled a bunch of burgers and brats. So, I'm not going to grill again this weekend because I'm only grilling for myself. The rest of the family does not eat the burgers and brats. I learned that the first time I grilled this summer, I had this big... Excuse me. Oh. I had this big package of hamburger. Had a big package of meat. And I think one brat got eaten. The rest I ate. Right? One brat was eaten by a family member, and I don't know if it was my son or the wife. So I'm not going to make the mistake of grilling a whole bunch of burgers and brats because I'm the only one that eats them, and then I end up having burgers and brats for a week straight, which I'm 100% okay with. All right. The other day I had a bacon cheeseburger from a Baconator. I had a Baconator from Wendy's, and then when we got home, I had a bacon cheeseburger at the house. I'm 100% okay with eating cheeseburgers and brats all the time, especially during the summer when it's nice and warm. So, but it does get a little, hey, maybe I'd like something a little different after a while. So I didn't cook as many burgers this time around. I have been enjoying a steady diet of nothing but burgers and brats, pretty much. Alright, I think that's pretty much... don't move. Good right there. So... on the 9:13. Oh, we're doing pretty good, all things considered. Oh, go back in there. Don't pop out when I'm trying to this closed with you in there. Now some country twangy stuff. Alright. Gotta love it when it gets to a point where you can't even get your spring where you need it to go. Alright. This one's gonna have to have some more added to it. I can feel it. It's not that one, 2 probably. This one seems okay, and the okay. So we got a 3-legged headless dog. Right. It's kinda okay. Very ragdolly. Which we'll work on. Alright, now for this side. Let's these all they need to go. You'll come grill a burger with me? Right on. Yeah, the family, they don't, I don't know, I cook food, and then I'm not God's gift to cooking by any stretch of the imagination, okay? But also, I'm not terrible. Not great, but, you know, the food I eat is edible because I eat it. So, whatever. If they don't want to eat what I cook, and, you know, they just want to graze like raccoons, that's fine. Okay, leaving now? Yeah. Yeah, if you leave now, you might make it here by this weekend. I just, you know, it's summertime. I want to eat burgers. Oh, that's too many. That is too many. I screwed up. Screwed up. Alright, just barely overfilled it. And that's why we have the container for everything to fall into. I guess we can try and close this up now. It's like all the way full. Oh, I'm so glad I put this piece of leather down. Right? This is not like a placemat or anything. This is a piece of leather that I got from Tandy. And I put it down for 2 reasons. And the first reason is that it shows contrast. Because with I had a craft mat that you can measure stuff on. It had cool lines and everything. And it got really dirty, right? So that was annoying. But the you couldn't. I mostly work with stainless steel, so you couldn't see what I was working on. It's like in my overhead camera can only zoom in so far before, like, all you're seeing is the tips of my fingers. You know? This new camera has like a 20x zoom on it, which and it's easier to set up, right? My last camera, I would have it set in position, and then every time I turned it off, it would return to its like packaging position, and I never could figure, I never could get it programmed to where, you know, you hit one button and it goes to the place you need it to, it goes to the position you need it to be in, right? So I was constantly, right before stream, sitting here fiddling with the overhead camera. But this one, not only did it program really easy, when you turn it off and then turn it back on again, it returns back to the last position you had it in. That's been actually quite nice. You want to get a grill? Haven't had one for like 10 years? Yeah, get a grill. Get a grill, man. You know, little charcoal, little propane, little... What have I done here? Oh, yes. Like the right thing to do. I may have just made a mistake, but I can't tell for sure. And no one will ever know but me. I'll never be able to find it again, I guess. No, you don't. I'm going to be very happy if I can, like, report that I lost less ball bearings than I was able to account, you know, like, count on one hand. I don't want to say this out loud. I don't think I've lost any. Like, just from them dropping off the desk here. Because they're not bouncing all over the place. They're just like thudding onto the leather. Oh. Come on. There we go. Alright, so yes, get a grill. Everyone should have a grill. You should grill out a couple times a year. Have burgers and brats. Most of the time, apparently my family doesn't think so. It's just good, like, weekend fun. Excuse me. I need a drink of water. Okay. Alright, let's see what bearings in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections full now. 5 to go. That's the count. 1, 2, 3. No, we have 6 full, 4 pieces to go. Alright. Really? I think 3 out of the 4 just fell. So, you built a stone fire pit. You can put a grate on it, but it's not the same. Yeah. Fire pits are good for, like, hot dogs and stuff. Marshmallows, s'mores. Dutch ovens. There's Dutch ovens you can buy where you, like, get a fire going, and then you get some of the coals, and you dig a hole, place the coals in the hole, and then put the Dutch oven on top, and then bury it and let it cook for an hour or something. I don't know. What else do you cook with it? You can cook anything with a fire, but like, need to get some sides of beef and those like wireframe things that you can, you know, splay it and then have it like cook on one side and flip it over and cook on the other. Go all kinds of caveman with your fire pit. We have a fire pit. I think I've used it like twice. I don't like my backyard. Like, it's nice. I have a backyard. It's fenced in. It's a good place for the dog. Okay, that's all well and good. But the previous owner put in a sprinkler system. Okay, now I don't have any opposition to people putting in sprinkler systems, but it's not something we've been able to use because it when we had to have a fence for the dogs. We had 2 dogs when we moved in, and had to have a fence for them. It was like the first thing we did when we moved in. The first improvement to the house that we made. When they put the fence in, they cracked the sprinkler system in 2 places. So it does not, like, work. They make you sign a waiver. It's like, look, you have a sprinkler system. We're going to be digging down your yard along the lines that you tell us, so we're not going to take responsibility for breaking the sprinkler system, right? It's pretty standard. But it's broken 2 places. It's been broke since we moved in, which I don't care because I'm not going to ever water the yard. You know what watering the yard does? It makes the grass grow. Do you know what I don't want to do? Mow the lawn. So, I don't water the yard. But the previous homeowner, he would cry if he came back and saw his yard right now. Like, everything's clean. Everything's trimmed and good to go. It's not overgrown or anything. But he had like some kind of special grass in his yard that he seeded with like every other day. And he had the sprinkler system that was on every 5 seconds. And it just is, I don't know. I don't get into lawns that much. So, it did not, like, the sprinkler system aspect did not appeal to me in the slightest. I didn't care that it was broken. However, I either have to fix it, which I don't know what all that entails, right? Can it be fixed? Can we dig up the spots where it's broken? I know roughly where they're at. And can it just be reconnected somehow? Or do I have to dig up the whole sprinkler system and put in a new one in order to have it fixed, right? So, I don't know. And I've never cared enough to look into it. But there are other things I want to do with my backyard. Like, I need to tear out the deck that we have and put in a new one. The one we have is unstable and rotting, and it needs to be repaired. But then it's like a third of the size that I want. Happy Thursday. I can't. Roll Ribogo. Huh. I don't know how to pronounce your username. But yes, happy Thursday. Oh no. Almost Friday. That's one thing, since I've been back at work, I hate like looking forward to the weekend. Huh. Right? Because when I wasn't working, it didn't matter what day it is. I just got stuff done. You know? But now that I'm working, it's like, okay, I can't get that done on that day because it'll take me too long at work. Sarah, how you doing? Love the balloon dog. It's coming along. It is coming along. Slowly but surely. Go on. Am I going to be able to connect that directly to there? Is there going to be enough slack? No. No, there's not. I'm gonna... So this... Maybe just on one side? The balloon dog is coming along. It's a little vulgar looking right now, but... It's now a headless balloon dog. And it's a very ragdoll headless balloon dog. Yeah, let's overthrow the system and switch to only working weekends. The balloon pieces are stuffed, right? So part of a lot of this stream is me taking the ball bearings here and filling these little pouches and then connecting the pouches in a manner that I find adequate. So it was originally a crochet pattern where you line up all your pieces in a single line of crochet. And then you can fold them into a balloon animal, a balloon dog, basically, right? But that's not going to work with chainmail. At least I couldn't figure out a way to make it work, and I didn't have the rings to experiment, so I'm utilizing different connection methods to try and make this so that it kind of stands on its own and isn't too ragdolly. So we're getting there. Each section is filled with several thousand 1/8 of an inch BBs, or ball bearings rather. Switch to overthrow the system and switch to only working weekends and make a livable wage. Yeah, working 2 days a week. Not even 2 days a week, just Saturdays, because we have church on Sundays. So, have to make a livable wage on Saturdays only. Hey man, you can make it work. This is... I don't know. It's... like, a balloon dog is supposed to be able to move. This is a little much. I might have to figure out something else. I don't know. Figure it out. Or I won't, and it'll, exist as a failure. I have pieces that are not perfect. That just, exist. Yeah, I tried that. Didn't work for me, but, maybe it will for you. Alright. else to... I can tighten this up a little bit more. I know that much. So I'm going to do that off stream because it's like a giant pain in the butt. In the meantime, I need to break this apart because these do not fold up nicely. These are not playing together nicely. That's like solid. I don't know. Maybe I open it up and take some of the material out and get it to close up. I don't know about that. I still want to make a pair of these just to hang off my trailer hitch. You know, like the dice people hang from their mirrors. Richard, how you doing? Alright, where am I at here? Okay, do I have another piece kind of ready to go? I'm debating. We just fill all the pieces first? Is that what we do now? I have these made, so we can do that. Let's fill some more of this. Okay. This is how this is gonna go. Right? For TikTok won't be able to see this. I apologize. So there is all the pieces. You just got to get them to play nicely together somehow. So I don't know how to do that. But we'll figure it out. If you're wondering what I'm showing them, let's see here. Can I show this to you? I can't tell if TikTok can see that or not, but... Uh-oh. Making a mess. Still waiting, for your friend's strap? Yeah. Yeah. When working commissions and requires something like that, don't... You know... That's always a pain waiting for stuff. Okay, close that up. Probably close up the neck too. Buddy made you 10 pounds of rings, all sizes. I need a buddy like that. I have a friend who makes rings, and he sent me the rings for my large cube that I made. Alright, move this over here. Jeez, where's the bag for... Okay, lose it. Put this aside. Then get my special container. My anti-ball bearing loss container. What we'll call it. Okay, for now, we're gonna close this up. There's a 16 gauge, 5/16 rings around here somewhere. One of these. A couple of those. Oh, and this will probably all get switched out later. I'm more concerned about Trying to get some of these filled. What time is it? 9:40. Once all the pieces are filled, we can kind of try and get them all to play nicely together, I guess, is my thought process. All right. Greetings, temporal appropriateness. How it goes? It goes. The temporal insanity goes. On and on every day. No end in sight. Because the other thing I would like to do this weekend, I've got a whole other project that I've been working on. It is the gas tank bib / gas tank cover that I've been working on. And that, okay, so I can handle opening and closing thousands of rings, right? I don't mind that. It's no problem. I can handle double check what I'm doing. 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. Okay, I can handle the whole opening and closing thousands of rings. I don't enjoy filling these with ball bearings, like, at all. It's annoying. Okay. Not my thing, but okay, whatever. Leather work. I love good leather work. Good leather worker is a, very skilled craftsman. They put a lot of effort into their pieces, people churn out amazing stuff. I can't stand it, right? I work with it as little as possible. And I just did like a bunch of guitar straps, so I was working with a bunch of leather. There, that's all cool. Now, this. And okay, so the guitar straps weren't as bad. The stamping was kind of okay for part of the pattern that I needed to stamp. The braiding of the leather edging sucked, but even that, I've gotten used to that. With the motorcycle gas tank cover, I've had to do more sewing of leather than I ever wanted to in my entire life, right? And I mean, props to the leather workers who do a ton of sewing, because there's no way I could do that as a hobby, right? It is just plain miserable. So I do not enjoy that aspect of it at all. There are people, they do tons of sewing and stitching, right? Hand stitching is what I'm talking about. There are people who do a ton of it, and I'm like, I don't know how. Come on, stay in the Stay in the neck. Part your in. No, don't fall out. Bound to happen. I overfilled it initially. Hey Louie, how you doing? You're not getting the double up tonight? That's good. So, for any of you who can do like serious amounts of leather work, props to you. I can kind of do it. My leather work it's coming along. I'm getting better. I'm still not, I don't know. Maybe if I do more, I'll find it more relaxing. I don't know. I'm not interested enough in it to find out. I'm happy with just being kind of mediocre at making chainmail. Content with that. Alright. You don't mind doing leather work? I mean, some people can, and they make amazing stuff. I'm not one of them. Not my kind of hobby. I'm just like the pieces that I have to make, I struggle bust through as much as I can, and I try to do a good job. And if I screwed up, just like with any other project, if I screwed up too much, I start it over. That's one of those that happens to me a lot, is when I get started on a leather working project and I have a hard time, right? I have a much harder time coming back to a leather working project that I'm struggling with than I do a chainmail project, right? Anymore, give me a chainmail project and I can work on it until I figure it out. But I do struggle with getting through the mind blocks that we put in our own way when it comes to leather work. Alright, now that all the rings have fallen out, let's try and get some more in here. Happy birthday! Congratulations on your trip around the sun. How old will you be? Tomorrow, you're 2 years away from 30. Oh, okay. I can do math in my head. How old are you? Here's a math problem. Alright. No, congratulations. God, I'm much older. I was like, oh, Louie, yeah, he comes, he hangs out, he's probably around my age. Nope, you're a baby. Alright. But, hey, I don't... Of course, now I'm getting lag and double up. Let me go. I'm 27 right now, but a few hours, 28, here's your math. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you for the solutions in the back of the book. Yeah. We've debated moving the Wi-Fi extender. I don't know if it works the same on a mesh network as it did on my AT&T browser thing, so I haven't moved it yet. I will try moving it. We can do some more stream testing on Saturday when I have more time. I won't be able to tomorrow. Well, I might tomorrow morning. We'll see. My first patient, she wants... I gotta go draw her blood. She wants smaller needles, which, fine. She, like, needs them. Legitimately so. I don't blame her a single bit, right? She's having, like, a bad reaction to getting poked by needles, and she's been in the hospital a lot, and she's tired, and she doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Okay? I can completely understand not wanting to get stabbed by needles a lot. Especially after it's already happened. So they want a smaller needle. Unfortunately, I only have two sizes. Big and bigger at work. They're not that big. They're pretty small. Right? She just doesn't have any more veins or anything. So he's all... what do you call it? She's all poked out, basically. Which, you know, that when you're sick and you keep having to have your blood drawn, I can completely understand that, right? So I need to go draw her blood. Problem is, I don't have access to that size needle. So I might be able to get access to that size needle from one of the, from the hospital where I drop her blood work off at, right? Hopefully that's the case, and I can get her lab sample. But if I can't, then I won't be able to get it before her appointment next week, and then she may or may not need lab work after that anyway, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. You work for Quantum Fiber? Well, you're an internet repair tech over the phone. Want to add to the mesh? Yeah, because I don't know how to do that properly without... like, I don't know what equipment I need. That's been the struggle. I have no idea how any of this stuff works. The fact that I'm here is an act of, you know, like, sheer will. Sheer will. Sheer will. Sheer wheel. Like, I don't even have internet to my house right now. This is all just being channeled through me. No, but in all seriousness, it's like, I had terrible signal or terrible upload speeds through AT&T for years and didn't realize that was a huge part of my problem. Because I just think, hey, connect it to the internet. It'll go out to everyone just fine. You know? So, yeah. So I have a Wi-Fi extender, and if that's not the piece of equipment I need, then I don't know what I need. We have a neck, everyone. Neck. Yay. Alright. Okay. You pay good money for getting stabbed with needles, so yeah. Okay, so MeshNet had pods that you can extend the signal with. Right, so like buy a couple of Linksys towers and put them in my basement. Would that be better? Yes, there was much rejoicing that the neck was finished. Okay. Two legs, 4 legs. And a neck. Oh, you guys can't see, sorry. face, and 2 ears. And we gotta find a way to make it like, you know what? Oh man. What if you made this and you had like big old earth magnets? Oh. What? Okay. Forget the connector things. What if we had like super powerful magnets that we put in here, right? On the ends that we're supposed to connect, and then connected them all together like that. What if we took this whole thing apart and then put it back together? Wouldn't that be fun? You can get multiple pods to extend the coverage. Okay. See, that's probably where I'm going wrong. I just need to buy my brother sent me a link to Linksys Wi-Fi 6 routers, towers, which is part of their original discussion. We were talking about this whole signal issue. So I can get those so that I can get signal to my phone. And I've got a swing arm for the phone coming so they can provide TikTok with a better view, because apparently I'll never be able to stream using my PC. They do have Wi-Fi 7 now, but my phone is Wi-Fi 6 capable. I don't know if it's the Samsung S25. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi 7 capable. And the Wi-Fi 7 towers that I saw were like $700. So, I don't know about that one. Alright, what time is it? It is 10 o'clock. Okay. Alright. Let me take you guys over here. I have my phone like strapped in at an angle to try and get like this crappy angle for you. Dip camera. Okay, so that's what we have. That's what we're looking at. Coming along. It is coming along. I'm not gonna lie. That earth magnet idea, why didn't I have that before all of this started? That would have been really nice to have before all of this started. You know what I mean? Looks a little bulbous. Like it's swollen. I mean, I think the ratio is mostly pretty good for like connection to balloon ratio. I don't know. Could have made it bigger. Could have made them smaller. I will continue to play with the, connections and everything and try and make them like just snug as a bug in a rug. Even if I have to do, I could do 4-part chain that like came together. Could do that. What if we didn't do any of this nonsense in the middle here, right? Any of this right here, and just took a 3-and-3 chain and made it go all the ways we needed it to go. We could do that. That might be the way to go. And if I have to like empty all these out to fix it, so be it. I don't think I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. Depends on how much slack it has. There's already not a lot of room, so... okay. Things to think about. Okay? It's, you just keep working on the project until it works. Okay, oh, the ratio is good, but what? What? Oh, hey, is my stream frozen? Shocker. Okay. It is 10 o'clock. I am at a really good point to stop. And last night I did like 3 hours straight, and my goal is to do 4 hours consistent every night. And we'll get there. My back is hurting really bad, and so I'm gonna call it a night. Is that alright with everyone? Is everyone okay with my decision to call it a night? Alright? I want you all to have a wonderful evening. I appreciate you being here more than you know. Thanks for hanging out. Alright? You guys have a wonderful evening. And we'll get Signal figured out. We'll get the new boom arm. I paid like $11 shipping for it to arrive tomorrow. That was my kids' lunch money. I'm just kidding. By the end of the month, it might be. We'll see. So, it's been good. Been good. See you guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you all later. All right. Bye.